So tonight I have a guest on. His name is Daniel. He's from the FairHEX team. Last week I was a little bit rough on FairHEX, and for good reasons, because I thought Dodeca was just rebranded to FairHEX. It sounded the same, so I jumped to conclusions. And like I said, I make an ass out of you and me because I jumped to conclusions. So tonight I'm going to bring on Daniel. Hey, CryptoSouth, good to see you. And he's going to tell you guys what FairHEX is all about and how you can participate. You make your own conclusions. I am not here to say yes or no. I'm just going to let him speak and clear the air. All right. So here's Daniel. This is his first time on stream, so be nice, guys. Hey, Daniel.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me on.
No problem. Tell us about yourself first, then tell us about FairHEX.
Yep. I first entered cryptocurrency a very, very long time ago, and it was basically a friend that approached me and asked me, can you join me? This is my ref link in a program. And so I did him the favor, or he was a friend, or he is a friend. And I thought it's just respectful to verify what he's offering me. And I figured in a couple minutes, it's a scam. It can't be true. But at the same time, I figured in the next 1, 2, 3 days, what actually the paradigm shift means from the conventional systems to crypto. And I thought this could be a solution for, or one of the ways how we can bring more equality to the financial situation in the world, to the common people. Liberalization, all that idealism was actually in the front of my head. And so, yes, I came for the code. And thankfully, most of us, we can afford to stay for what we earn through crypto. And many years later, I found out about Richard Hart, and when he still was a Bitcoin maxi and he was preparing Hex. So I followed that content of him and was very curious. And so I bought within the first 2 weeks. I bought more and more over the first time. And that was the time that Trevon James came to, I think he was in an interview with Richard Hart back then.
That was December 2019.
Yes. And so he presented Tewkenrider. And I figured that's actually an interesting talk. And I also figured that this is a series of hourglass programs. You pay a fee, entry fee, exit fee, various models. And I got curious and I thought, well, I'm early enough to be that it's beneficial for me. And I became a very enthusiastic participant of the game and in the chat. And suddenly someone said, hey, you're an admin. Oh, really? I couldn't read it in the Telegram chat. So years later, Trevon, I didn't have a bad experience with him. Later on, he opened another BSC program and it was destined to fail. So I took over, not necessarily with the aim to take over, but nobody else was moving. Someone had to take care of things, had to repair it, whatever was to repair. And thankfully, I was working with a very impressive personality who's now in the Xen dev team. And so we actually repaired it together with a coder. We came out with a sustainable program, staking, lottery, whatever, but it's still online. It's still there. No marketing, but it's good. And
so you're talking that you're talking about the Tewkenrider contract that needed to be reworked?
Not Tewkenrider. Later on, after Tewkenrider was successfully already running, Trevon James launched another one as the founder, which is called Hourglass on BSC.
I remember Hourglass, yes.
Yes. So it's still there. Price is not glorious, but it is still there. And it's sustainable for, as long as there are participants, it's fair. It's fair for everyone. And a couple months ago, the former and actually by Richard Hart, price dev, he approached me and said, Daniel, do you want to come with me as a co-founder for FairHEX? And I said, yes, whatever it is, I vouch for you. It's interesting. I come. And later on, he presented the program to me, and I thought it's another ingenious program. This time without any fees, nothing to pay, no entry fee, no exit fee, no hidden nothing. So it was actually very impressive, and I thought that's the state-of-the-art program, what people are looking for in the DApp space nowadays. It is there are no admin keys. It's open source, LP completely locked permanently. And what we are doing is we offer to HEX stakers who are hesitant for a long-term stake currently. They can stake through our platform. It calls the official hex.com contract, is staking into that very contract. When the stake is locked in, people get their minted FairHEX tokens right away transferred to their wallet immediately. We have a total supply of 21 million, and 5 million only can be minted. And that's for we have to bring some liquid means to the market.
That's kind of like the airdrop for the hexskins. The first 5 million.
Yes, I hear this term more often. Yes.
Okay.
You can call it an airdrop, but basically
the airdrop only occurs when we stake through the FairHEX contract.
Let's call it minting. But yes, we are talking about the same fact. It's a kind of airdrop or minting phase. It's only 5 million. It can be minted, or to use the term airdrop, it will be airdropped. In fact, what people get is after 30 days, when they unstake, their hex principal goes right back to their wallet. We can't change the code. It is post police reviewed. It's not an audit, but it's a review. And I can say that more than 90%, I think, except 2 wallets, all of our stakers, they have renewed their stakes, and they seem to be happy, obviously. What we do is, the moment that someone unstakes, the yield goes right to the DEX, hex FairHEX pair, and is converted into FairHEX. That, of course, gives buy pressure on our token. And we recommend keep the minted FairHEX in your wallet. But what you should do is you receive the FairHEX from the hex.com yield. We add a fat bonus and sell it. Because who wants, to be honest, who wants to have a third-party token if you can have hex, right? We are all hexicans. So
what's the benefit to you guys? There's always got to be a benefit to you.
We actually, I like that phrase, and it sounds a little bit too idealistic, but we built the platform that we want to participate on.
Okay.
And we are stakers ourselves.
So the FairHEX is, in my opinion, you guys don't have an audit yet, right? There is no audit. You haven't had a contract.
Not yet, no.
Okay. So that's gonna be a red flag for a lot of people, but I understand where you're going with this. So you want to reward people who stake. That's kind of what FairHEX is doing. You stake using your platform. It's an extra reward on top of your normal stake rewards.
Exactly.
That's pretty simple. It's just got to get that audit done, because once the audit's done, and what about the tax team? There's the team that does the audits on our own for our community. Have you looked at that, checking that out?
Excuse me again.
Hey, anybody in the comments, could you put the name of the team that's doing the audits for free? There's a team of people in the Hex community that will look at the smart contracts to see
Pulse Police.
There you go, Pulse Police. Yeah,
yes.
Have you guys reached out to Pulse Police yet?
Yes, we have a Pulse Police review, but that's of course not comparable with an official audit.
Right.
Audit is much more complex and looks into the details of the code and if there's any malicious stuff in the code. But a review at least says that the bytecode is correct and is conclusive. Yes, we have that review. And there's one thing what is mentioned in the Pulse Police review. It says when you approve to stake, then our contract is asking for all the hex what the wallet holds. That can be disabled, can be manually changed, but in times of high gas fees, we want transaction fees. Each time that you want to stake, every 30 days, for example, you want to renew your stake, then you would have to approve and pay another $1 or $2. So to reduce that, we say just approve all the hex if it's fine for you. Otherwise, you change it manually.
Okay. My recommendation would be, if anybody wants to take advantage of FairHEX, is set up a new wallet. Send your hex to that new wallet that you want to participate with. Don't expose all of your old stakes. That would be the best thing to do for anything that you want to participate that's new. Just in case there is something wrong with the code in the future. We don't know yet, right? I don't have anything against FairHEX, but codes break. There's shit breaks. We know this. So set up a Virgin wallet and mint it and send hex to it, and then participate in FairHEX and see how it works out for you. That I would have no problem endorsing that part of it for sure.
I can absolutely underline that and suggest, that's the best idea. Transfer your hex to a new wallet, stake with that wallet, put a little ETH there. What I also would like to mention is FairHEX holders, they are rewarded with reflection rewards. And me personally, I have a problem, as I heard you saying, I also have a problem with reflection tokens normally, because if that is the core of the whole business model or tokenomics, it's destined to fail. There has to be either some external influx of funds, which is the hex yield. There has to be an external factor, a business model in the core of everything. And to make the wheel round, you can build in reflection rewards. And this is actually in the incentive that we offer. The moment you hold FairHEX, with every transaction, you get a little hex, not FairHEX, hex credited to your wallet. And so to do a math example, you're getting, for example, 100, let's say 1 FairHEX equals 1 hex. Currently it's higher, but 1 hex, 1 FairHEX. Your hex yield is 100 hex. It is converted into FairHEX. We are adding currently 38% on top.
Okay. And that's of the 5 million FairHEX that you have set aside for the rewards?
It's not, no, that is from the total supply, which is locked.
Okay.
Or for the remaining supply, which is 18.5 million currently.
Okay. All right.
And if you want, sell it. Sell it. Keep the minted. Sell it for your hex. The total yield, what you have now, you pay 5% tax, but you already got 38% on top. So sell it. Half of that goes to the LP, is helping to grow the LP over time, and the other 2.5% are distributed to.
You got a pretty smart dev to do all that. That's so to set that up back to have everything happen automatically. That's pretty cool.
It's a pleasure to work with them.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, this is pretty interesting. I love anything that pays me a little bit extra. ask my followers if they know that Randy's a whore for when it comes to making extra money. I'm one of the first ones to usually jump onto a new project if I think it's good. But I did get burned with Dodeca. When Dodeca launched, I got excited. I saw a few videos. I'm like, oh, I'll do this one. And good thing I didn't lose any money on it. I actually made a couple dollars on it. But I ended up selling like after 2 days because I'm like, man, this doesn't. I did the math in my head. I mean, just a pure reflection token. There's no way this thing's going to last. And then I'm sorry, I jumped to conclusions with you guys. Tewkenrider, I have to admit, Tewkenrider has been around for a long time, and it was a very successful early hex project. Even though I never participated in it, it was successful in its own right. A lot of people had fun with that one, and it was a game. It truly was a game.
Yes, yes.
But yours is more of a. It's not a game. I wouldn't say it's more just, hey,
it's hard to find the definition.
Look, we want to reward you for staking. Period. I think that's good enough.
One last thing to the team. I would like to mention that with all the respect, I'm not belonging to the people who are talking bad about Trevor and James, but Satoshi, our dev or co-founder or the inventor actually of the program, and me, who's responsible for marketing, community, PR. We are not working with Trevor for FairHEX. We have taken distance, and for FairHEX, it has.
So he has nothing to do with it. Trevor has nothing to do with this, right? He's totally separate from this
Absolutely
project.
not. No,
Okay,
he's very much engaged otherwise, and we are otherwise. And we all had our experiences in the detail, but overall, best respect to everyone. And but in this case, we are not working together. Absolutely not.
Look, I respect Trevon just because of what the stuff that he's been through, and he made a huge mistake back in the early days. He promoted something that was totally garbage, and a lot of people got wrecked. But he did get me back into library credits, and I appreciate. I got in like really cheap and did like 30x on that one. It was thanks to Trevon, and then when he endorsed Hex, and got really big into Hex. Around the same time he was talking about library, I'm like, wow, okay, so he sees this opportunity just like I see it because we both got in day one, and I said, look, if Trevon's looking at this, then there's got to be money to make because this guy does not get anything; it doesn't make money. that's how Trevon is, right? So yeah, I respect him for that, and yeah, I'm in Zen too. I just don't go around, tooting my horn about Zen. I just tell, look, guys, I mint a couple wallets a month, and maybe someday this lottery ticket will pay off. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, I want to. Any last thoughts before you go, and tell everybody where they can reach out for FairHEX?
FairHEX. You better join the Telegram group or our Twitter. We have all links there. FairHEX. Just Google it or put it in the search bar at Twitter, and you'll find us.
Yeah, I follow you guys. Right. I was one of the first accounts that followed you. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, what is this? and then I just started.
I really appreciate you having me on and giving the chance actually to put things straight, and just how great you are that you admit to it. And
yeah, I made a mistake. I make mistakes, and I'm the first one to tell people I do. So as long as people don't get wrecked, I'm happy. All right, hey guys, this was Daniel's first time on a live stream. Great job.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right, cheers. All right, so FairHEX, there you go, guys. We got to talk to those guys and see what's going on, and cool. You make a decision whether you want to participate or not. If you do it, make sure you set up a new wallet and do that.